Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all well. Listen, I'm not one of them guys who likes to say I told you so, but I told you so, didn't I? Listen, it's real simple, innit? Johnny Fisher and Dave Allen too. When the gulf in knowledge and experience is that big, and the guy that has the way more knowledge and experience in every area isn't shot and he's still live, it's only going to end up one way, I'm afraid. A lot of people were picking Johnny Fisher to win this, which I was quite surprised about because, as I just said, that gap, that gulf in the knowledge and the experience and ability, it just can't be bridged with youth, with fitness, with intent, with attitude, with bravery. It won't. It's not going to bridge it. It's not going to bridge it. As long as the guy with the far greater assets is still live and not shot, can't be bridged. And Dave Allen proved it. You just have to look at what Dave Allen done. Dave spent 4 rounds, and people say old manning, and I'm not sure if people understand the full sort of the full breadth of what old manning means. Yes, there's the old man in the ring, the physically manoeuvring someone, the sneaky stuff. Some people call it the dark arts, But old manning is also this. Dave boxed in a way that he lost the first 4 rounds. He lost the first 4 rounds because he took 4 rounds, old manning Johnny, in a position where it'd leave Dave to make the knockout and the finish as easy as possible with very little effort. And this is part of old manning too. He lost those rounds quite clearly, and he let Johnny Fisher. I think he'd have liked Johnny Fisher to come on a bit more, but Johnny Fisher's biggest mistake was Johnny Fisher went out there to a certain degree, was trying to box behind a jab going backwards for a lot of the time. And Johnny Fisher's actually got a really good... Johnny Fisher, for his experience, has got a lot of good skills. He's not devoid of talent. He has talent. In the first fight, he came a lot more direct, and in this fight, he was sort of just measuring with a jab a lot, not using it as a weapon, not using it as a ramrod, which for Johnny is the best use of his jab. So Dave spent 4 rounds, old manning, putting Johnny Fisher into a place where he could kind of pick the moment where he took the knockout. The other thing Dave always does, and again, this is a thing that Dave will do against the level of Johnny Fisher, because at the very elite level, this doesn't have the same impact and doesn't work as well. If you watch Dave will very much, he will throw to the body and then he'll throw to the head, or he will throw to the head, then come straight away to the body, because the guys without that knowledge and experience, it's very easy to befuddle them and manipulate them into doing stuff that you want them to do. So if you throw one shot to the head and then you come back to the body, so he took to the head, you've gone downstairs, he's come to the body, he's either going to lower his hands or he's going to naturally dip forward. People do. Smash him in the body, they will come forward, they would double over a little bit. Either that or he's going to drop his hands. So then you'll see Dave go high, go low, and then high again. Or you'll see him go low, you'll see him go high, and you'll see him go low again. And it's very easy just to manipulate your man, to manipulate your fella. In this case, Johnny Fisher, into being somewhere and doing things that you want him to do rather than the opposite way around. And the knockout comes easily. The left hook that landed at the end, brutal. If the argument's sake, could have been stopped before that. I was so, like, I've made videos on Johnny Fisher before. I really like Johnny Fisher. I really like Dave Allen. I really like both of these guys. For me, there was really only one winner. As long as Dave hadn't conned us all, you thought he wants to be heavier, absorb a shot better, and punch harder. And that proved to be the case. I think Dave said that himself. But it was very easy for a lot of people, and a lot of people did, just look at Dave's condition and think, he's not in shape. What the fuck? He's not in shape. Look at the size of him. Listen, fitness is not dictated by how much body fat you have. Stamina can be. Stamina and fitness are sort of 2 different things. Explosive fitness is very much to sort of, long-term stamina over the course of a physical activity. So you can be fit and you can still be fat, which Dave was, intent, I didn't like to see Johnny Fisher going down like that because, as I said, I like Johnny Fisher. That was a brutal knockout. And listen, I don't think Johnny Fisher should stop. I'd like to see Johnny Fisher take the lessons that he's learned, because I don't think Johnny Fisher, regardless of Johnny Fisher's career has been massively successful in boxing up to this point for his lack of experience and where he's got to, selling out the copper box and all stuff like that. He's brilliant. So Johnny Fisher, if he does leave the sport now, or even at this point and he carries on, he should be very fucking proud of what he's achieved. Because he's achieved really great things. He's achieved a position and a standing that's got him into a show like that on Saturday night. And regardless of the fact he lost, that was a full house. The atmosphere was fucking electric and it was brilliant. So Johnny Fisher should not be fucking treated harshly for this. Johnny Fisher should be why he got found out. Listen, Johnny Fisher has never professed himself to be the second coming of Alexander Usyk. Johnny Fisher has always been very realistic about where his ability sort of stands him in the rankings of, you know, top level fighters, and he's never said he's anything other than what he is. So Johnny Fisher hasn't been found out. He's just been beaten by a better guy, and I believe Johnny Fisher. He done a lot of things wrong on Saturday night that didn't suit him and didn't suit his attributes. But I suppose they thought they had to try a different approach because it didn't work the first time, even though he got a decision. We all know he didn't win the fight. So you can't blame him for that. And I think Johnny Fisher can go away. He can learn on this. People are talking about Johnny Fisher's chin. Listen, it ain't nothing to do with the chin. Again, this is what people will see people get stopped or knocked out and assume they haven't got a good chin. It's experience. It's experience because Dave set him up and put him in those positions where he become vulnerable. Like I said, going high, going low. You know what I mean? All the time, it's just you manipulate it. And it's the same in any walk of life. If you haven't got the experience and the knowledge, you're going to very easily be manipulated in things had you had the experience and knowledge, you wouldn't have. And that's all that happened. When you get hit by a clean left hook from Dave Allen, who can fucking whack, it doesn't matter how good your chin is. If you're there, you get banged with a left hook on the chin and your head gets spun, doesn't matter how good your chin is. All the best chins in boxing are the ones that don't take fully clean punches. Because they can either ride them, they've got high hands, they can ride, they can parry, they can catch, whatever. They're the good chins. The good chins that take a shot, but they take a shot and they're going away, they take the stint out. They take the shot, but they see it coming, they're braced. That's a good chin. Eddie, you can take the best chin in the world, leave it unguarded and take a shot from Dave Allen like that and you'll end up on the floor, probably 9 times out of 10, I would say. So let's not be too harsh on Johnny Fisher's chin. Let's not be too harsh on Johnny Fisher at all. Because Johnny Fisher has got talent. Like I said, he's not devoid of talent. And I think he could go on and I think he could win a British title. If he learns, progresses a bit, he's matched correctly. And I'd love to see Johnny Fisher walk out of this game with a British title. It'd be wonderful. Wonderful achievement. He said that in the cards on the table. If I win a British championship, British title, that's a fucking amazing achievement. And it is amazing achievement. I'd like to see Dave Allen now win it. David Adelaide. I'd love to see Dave Allen win it. I just think it's a true kind of Cinderella story. It's a shame, really, because I didn't, like I said, I picked Dave Allen. You can go back, watch my prediction if you don't believe me. But I didn't take any joy in seeing Johnny Fisher get knocked out like that. But this is the game. This is the game, unfortunately. But credit to both men. Credit to both men. You've got to love Dave Allen. And I love Johnny Fisher. I think he's great. I think he's a great lad. They're both great lads. So it was a wonderful, wonderful occasion. It was great, as I said in my other video, that in this sport we can get an event of that level and it can attract so much sort of attention domestically. So yeah, brilliant night. Great for Dave Allen. And, you know, you can't buy experience, can you? You can't buy experience and knowledge. You have to go out and earn that knowledge. You have to go out and learn it from somewhere. Dave has. So I'll see you all soon. P.S. One more thing, forgot to say. Join us Wednesday night at 8 o'clock. Myself and Joe Stunner. We will be on Bob's channel, Bob Canada's boxing channel. 8 o'clock Wednesday, discussing all things boxing. Bit of Dave Allen, bit of Johnny Fisher too. I'll see you there.